the constitutional conservative, Stephen, the independent thinker, but he doesn't look like he's thinking independently, looking like that. Ogunna, the voice of reason, and my cousin Todd. Oh my. I think they've all lost their mind this evening. Ooh.
It's Christmas.
Their mind this evening. Ooh.
It's Christmas.
It's also Hanukkah. So, second night of Hanukkah.
Oh, good.
Right. So tonight we've got a packed show to address affordability and the extension of the Obamacare, which will expire in January. Patrick Mahomes exits late as the Chiefs' playoff hopes end. Multiple dead and several wounded after mass shooting at Brown University. We'll talk about the Heisman Trophy winner. And many, and I mean many, including us, are condemning anti-Semitic terror attack at Bondi Beach in Australia. The United States seized, but the question is, was it legal? A Venezuelan tanker. And our thoughts and prayers go out to the family, the Reiner family, for the loss of Rob and his wife, Michelle Reiner. But first up, let's talk about college. No, not college. Let's talk about your team, Stephen. Let's talk about the Washington Commanders and what they did this past week.
Well, there's not much to talk about. I mean, they won the game, against the Giants, so it's made it worse for themselves because they won't get as good of a draft pick. And what they need is some good players, and they need players that can stay healthy. Unlike our quarterback so far, it's been rough. I mean, it's not like he's susceptible to injuries. He's had injuries that would have afflicted anybody else. You know, it's not just weird stuff, but it's just it's been a rough year. It's as hard as it gets. Why I'm a little grinchy this time of year because football's not doing so well. Our football team's not doing so well. So, but we do have a chance to make the playoffs next year.
All right, very good.
Why did you take that outfit off? You look so much better in it.
I didn't think anybody liked it that much, so I took it off.
I don't think I wanted you to keep it on. Thank you for taking it off.
Oh, but it really is too hot. So
I'm sure. I'm sure it is.
Thank you,
All right.
Stephen.
No, but I was like, it's Christmas. Happy Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, it is Christmas. That's true.
And second day of Hanukkah and 45th day of something else, I'm sure.
Yes, it's the holidays. It's this time of the year.
It's a holiday. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
All right, the show's not over. Let us watch this and talk about the best team in the world.
A shutout, rather, to get the Eagles' energy back up. We are shouting them out too, right? Fans are rejoicing and saying the team is back on track. They share their joy with our Jeff Skaversky.
Eagles fans are fired up on this cold and snowy Sunday. With snow on the ground, the Eagles kick things off with a shovel pass touchdown and never look back. Finally, fireworks at the link, their most points in 7 weeks.
Looked a lot better today, guys. The Eagles did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Among the happy Eagles fans at the game, former President Joe Biden. And this Eagles performance gets a vote of confidence with the hope this Las Vegas win gets them on a roll to the Super Bowl and another White House visit.
Dude, I've been waiting for this. The way that they ran the ball and the defense, the defense was crazy tonight. We needed that so bad. Now we're back on track.
While the Eagles played with style, the fans dressed in style to stay warm.
Woo! Who had more style today, the Eagles or you guys with these jackets?
Birds always look better. Birds always look better.
Loved it. Great win. Great game. The team worked really well together.
I'm not one of the cynics that was blaming Jalen Hurts. I think, everybody has bad days. He had a bad game last week, and he stepped up today.
Over the last month, Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni said he heard the fans loud and clear, angry, complaining, and calling for change. Well, Sirianni says the Eagles tuned it all out and focused on playing up to their standard.
If we rode the wave of the outside noise, then you're not able to do that. I just thought we did a great job these last couple of weeks of zoning in on what we needed to do and, going to work every single day and not letting outside circumstances dictate anything how we feel.
Sirianni and the Eagles sending fans home happy for a change. Jeff Skaversky, Fox 29.
Okay, Todd, you sound a little, I don't know, bitter.
Oh, no. I was glad. I'm talking to me. I was glad the Phillies won. I mean, it didn't bother me a bit. So America first.
It was funny with that reaction of the fans and everybody because it was the Raiders. I mean, that's the Raiders. These and they did have to play the Commander Skins next week, it should be an easy win. So you're going to win the division. So you're going to get in the playoffs. But do you have anything to win a playoff game?
Well,
because you can beat cupcakes all day long.
Well, we
I
have
don't know
two
what that means.
games.
What does it mean?
We have two games.
Well, wait a minute, Staci. He's insulting people. I don't know what he means by cupcakes.
Well, maybe you would understand ding dongs better. I don't know.
So we have two games left to play, the Commanders, and one game play the Buffalo Bills. And the Buffalo Bill game is going to be a real rough game. And surprisingly, the Commanders game may be tough too, because, sometimes we've gone into situations, especially at the end of the season, where we've had to play the Commanders. And don't you know that when we had to play the Commanders at the end of the season, they had to beat us. The Commanders did. And the Commanders had nowhere to go. The Commanders were not going to the playoffs.
Good people.
They weren't going anywhere.
No way.
So we have two games left with the Commanders, and then we have Buffalo Bills. And that Buffalo Bill game is going to be really tough. Ogunna, you came in at the right time.
But you're not going to need the Bills game. You're already going to have a division. You don't need the Bills game. You can lose it.
Well, I've missed.
You talking about the Eagles?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we got
on that. It was Steven was calling people cupcakes, and then he started calling them dildos.
No, ding dongs. I can understand where you would misinterpret ding dongs for a dildo.
Yeah, that was your. Go ahead, Ogunna. That was your thing, Todd.
So anyway, I think the Eagles clinch. They're gonna win one of the Commanders games. The Bills game is gonna be a tough one, but the Commanders really don't have anything to play for. I mean, in fact, it's better for them to lose both games.
Yeah, they set Jalen, so he's not playing for the rest of the year.
Yeah, so I mean, you might as well set him down. I mean, there's nothing to play for. But see, Mariota is not a bad quarterback either.
No.
And if anything, there's probably some incentives, laced contracts within the last players that they probably want to play for. Plus, it's a division game. But I mean, it messes up their draft position if they win any of these games. So, I mean, I did like what I saw from the Eagles. I know that it was against the Vegas Raiders or whatever. They actually looked like they were being a little bit more creative. So, I mean, when Dallas beat up on the Raiders, everyone was like, "Oh my God, they're a Super Bowl caliber team." You beat bad teams. That's what you do. You handle them. And so if they're working out the kinks, plus they don't have Jalen Carter wasn't back yet. Lane Johnson isn't back yet. So they're going to get those guys back. The key thing at this point in the season is to really stay healthy. So as long as they stay healthy, remember this time last year, Jalen got banged up. A couple folks got banged up. We lost to Kobe Dean early in the playoffs. So at this point, it's almost like an 8-game stretch if you go to the Super Bowl, right? So you got to stay healthy. You got to keep people on the field. So it's important for these guys to get back and not only get in the rhythm, but also, not get IR'd for the rest of the year.
So can you talk about the what's that guy's name who plays for that team out there in the Midwest, Kansas City?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I can't stand that team because they always try to beat us. So, they're obviously not going to the playoffs this year, right?
Yeah, they got
Right.
eliminated. It was unfortunate to see how they went out with a whimper like that. You don't want to see anybody get injured, especially where he got injured in the fourth quarter, right? So, but yeah, he's going to be done. He's not only is he done for the rest of the year, he may not get back until late September, depending on how his recovery looks. And with Travis Kelce being up in age, you probably saw the last of that dynamic of the team that they had. Now, it doesn't mean they're not going to be good in the future, but it does mean that the way the Chiefs that we knew from, I don't know if it was 10 consecutive AFC West championships or whatever, they're no longer going to be like that.
Now, do you think Andy Reid, it's time for him to retire?
Well, the thing is, Andy is in his 70s, and you don't see a lot of 70-year-old coaches winning Super Bowls and making runs and things like that, just because it's the stress. It's a young man's game, right? These guys are young to get creative, but you get that old, and then you got Patrick Mahomes. Not to say, but he has a unique situation because he has Patrick Mahomes, right? Yeah. Depending on when Patrick Mahomes gets back, depending on how much he wants to stay. Because, again, if you're Andy Reid, what else do you have to prove at this point?
I'll tell you what he has to prove. He wants to get the most wins. He wants to surpass, and nobody be able to break him. That's when he feels comfortable with that, then he's going to retire. He could retire. It's going to be soon, but Kelsey's going to retire. I think Kelsey's going to retire this year. I think he's done. I think he's done.
He was looking like an old man out there, and those guys.
He got hit. His hands were up, but he got hit that time. They took all the life out of him. His soul left his body, it looked like. And it happens sometimes, that was bad.
It's a grueling season, man. These guys start getting ready in May, and it goes on through, late December, January.
Yeah, and supposedly he's going to marry a multi-billionaire. Why does he need to play football?
Well, they're not married yet.
Yeah, but he's going to get married, in this summer or the next summer or whatever. So why would he have to play the next year? He's financially set if he lives to be $1 billion.
Yeah, these guys do it because that's all they know. A lot of times, but they do get into broadcasting. You see a lot of players now, former players are into broadcasting things. So he's going to have options on the table.
Yeah, but did you hear Joe Burrow before he played? He said, "I don't know if I'm having that much fun anymore. I'm putting my mind at risk. I'm putting my body at risk. I don't know." So that's when I knew that he was going to lose that game. So I bet heavy against him. Because his soul's left his body. Joe Burrow is done. Maybe he can go to another team or whatever, but right now he's done where he is.
Now,
because he's tired of football.
That's how I felt. What about the young man who was was it for the LA Chargers? He was playing with a broken hand. He had just had surgery on a week ago.
Yeah.
Who was that? What was his name?
The quarterback.
The quarterback, Herbert.
Yeah. No, that was Charles Barkley.
Yeah. Thank you, Todd.
He's related to Charles Barkley,
and he lit us up. Unfortunately, he's going to the playoffs. I mean, he looked pretty good. I think it was a setup game actually, but it is what it is. I think the Eagles are turning the corner at the right time. I think a lot of these teams, these playoffs are going to be so interesting because for the first time in a long time, you're not going to have the Chiefs in it, and you may not have the Ravens in it either, depending on how they do down the stretch either. So this playoff dynamic is going to be a little bit different.
Let me say what I wanted to say. My point was that gentleman was playing with a hand. He just had surgery on a week prior.
Right.
I'm sure he had a lot of meds but people were coming into him. The defensive line was coming into him. He was falling on his hand. He had dealt with the swollenness and all that type of stuff. And my point is this: in 25 years, he may be addicted to painkillers.
Oh, give me a break.
Based on what you said, Stephen, these guys are saying, why are they sacrificing their lives and eventually their lives with their families? Because 25 years, I remember when I was at, who's the running back? He lived in LA and I went to his house.
Maurice Cheeks.
No. I was at his house and Tim Brown came over. And you could see Tim Brown was limping. He was retired. He was limping. His hands, you could see his fingers were all jacked.
You mean Jim Brown?
Jim Brown. Yeah, but no, Tim Brown. See, you don't know anything about football, Todd.
Tim Brown is for the Raiders. He played for the Raiders.
Yeah, but Staci, I think they should play.
About the same person and two people, but Todd doesn't know anything about football. Thank you, Todd.
I think they should play. I think they should play until they can't play until they have enough money where they don't need to play anymore. Like Kelsey, he doesn't need to play anymore. He could cripple himself. He could give himself brain damage for the rest of his life. He doesn't need the money. And so these guys that have enough money, get out and let these younger guys come in, get their millions where they feel like they have enough for the rest of their life and they can get out. That's the way the cycle should be. I don't have anything wrong with gladiator sports where young gladiators need to come in and make all their money. That's cool. That's them putting their body. That's freedom. That's how life should be. But once you have enough money, get out. I know you said, and I agree, Ogunna. What else do they know? What else? Well, they got to find something else. They got to learn how to read books. They got to start using their hands for something else. They got to do something. You know what I mean? You got to find some other hobbies. Go golfing or something. But you got to protect your body. You got to protect your health. You got to protect your brain. So once you have enough money, then get out of the sport. I think that's not a bad idea.
All right. Thank you.
Discrimination. Age discrimination.
No, it's not about age. It's about preserving your body and your mind.
Yeah, it's about discrimination.
And you could be 23 years old and be a billionaire and not have to put your body on the line anymore.
Now, do you see
Heisman Trophy is Fernando Mendoza.
When Fernando Mendoza's name was announced as this year's Heisman Trophy winner, he didn't go right up on stage. Instead, he found his mom.
Mommy, this is your trophy as much as it is mine. Your sacrifices, courage, love, those have been my first playbook and the playbook that I'm going to carry through my side through my entire life.
Honoring his mother, Elsa, who battles multiple sclerosis.
Together, you and I are rewriting what people think is possible. I love you.
And as the first Cuban-American Heisman Trophy winner, Mendoza dedicated much of his speech to his family. Speaking in Spanish to honor his grandparents who traveled to this country pursuing their American dreams. And as he finished his speech, Mendoza sharing how much he hopes his story will encourage others.
I want every kid out there who feels overlooked, underestimated to know I was you. I hope this moment shows you that chasing your dreams are worth it, no matter how big or impossible they seem.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top.
Okay, thank you. So, I mean, I think that is the American dream, right? Going after and why didn't ICE, Stephen, show up when he started speaking Spanish in that Heisman Trophy award?
It's not worthy of a response, Stacy. Let's keep the show going, huh?
Cousin Todd, you can use it. You'll be able to answer that, Cousin Todd.
Well, see, Keith is trying to come back. He can answer too, but something's wrong with his microphone. Yeah. They didn't do that because they like to do things undercover when there's no cameras around. There was too many cameras there, or he and his family would have been hauled off in a truck somewhere and taken to a dark alley and made to prove that they're legally here.
Okay, you gotta love YouTube says no. You gotta love YouTube says that's no American dream. I don't know what they mean by that. Keith, can you leave and then come back? Because if I mute your mic, I don't hear anything. But when your mic is unmuted, there's a lot of interference. Can you leave and come back, please, Keith?
He's frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen.
Oh, now he's moving. So yeah, he'll go and come back. Well, the thing is with Keith, since the big breakup between Stephen and Keith, he doesn't know quite what to do. And so,
all right,
he's my brother. He's my brother throughout all eternity.
Oh, get out of here! Yeah, but the marriage is off now, right?
No, we don't believe in marriage like that, man.
Oh, all of a sudden now there's no marriage. So why buy the cow when you can get the milk free, right?
Well, yeah. So
that's some different kind of milk.
Congratulations to that young man for winning the Heisman Trophy. You know, I'm not going to politicize that story, because I mean, again, he worked a lot. He worked hard. It is a good story of the American dream, though, being able to, being, descendant of immigrants and being able to come and achieve that award is pretty awesome. So hats off to him and congratulations.
Is he an illegal? Is he an illegal? Is that what you're trying to say, Stacy?
No, he said his grandparents came from Cuba to pursue the American dream.
Okay, then why would ICE pick him up for speaking Spanish? Oh no, I'm not going to address that. I was just going back. Let's go.
No,
Let's keep
I was saying
let's keep it
Spanish,
short.
maybe they thought they would be. He had to prove his citizenship, and then his grandparents were sitting there.
I'm just messing with
his
you.
grandparents to prove their citizenship.
Right.
His parents. Now we
I'll
know
tell you what, it's a never-ending story.
there's no doubt that he's American. I have no doubt in my mind that he's American, but ICE doesn't seem to know who's American and who doesn't. They're going to haul off and come get Todd, especially dressed like that. You see that?
No other country wants. Nobody wants Todd. No country wants Todd. They're not going to deport him. He can't go nowhere else. He's got to stay here. He's going to be punished to have to live in America forever. Nobody wants Todd.
This is the thing, Stephen. You had
You're
said
accusing ICE.
You had said prior, we're gonna get rid of people like you, Todd. You're gonna get out of this country because you don't like this country. I'll play the tape for you, crazy.
All right.
And so we're going. And I said, hey, that's un-American, because you can say and feel and think and have any religion you want. That's the reason why you people stole America from the natives. And so you came over here because you didn't want to be under a king and queen telling you who to worship and blah, blah, blah. And so you telling me
I still have the scalps on my wall.
What?
I still have the scalps on my wall when we came here and conquered the Indians. I still have scalps on my wall. What are you talking about? What did I have to do with that, bro?
Okay, so I'm going to move on. But what I did want to say is Cam Newton, Ogunna. I don't know if you remember Ogunna, but Cam Newton wore an outfit just like Todd did, with a scarf around his head like that. Did you see that? I'll bring a picture up in a little bit of Cam.
Todd has always been trying.
Why don't they get Cam Newton to play like they Phillip Rivers got out there and played? That was awesome.
All right, watch this, please.
I don't know anything about Cam Newton wearing a scarf like
sides
that.
of the aisle of President Trump's response to a Hollywood tragedy.
I was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all.
After the deaths of Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle, the president posting on social media yesterday morning before any suspect or arrest was announced. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away, together with his wife Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome. Los Angeles authorities later revealing that they had taken Nick Reiner, the couple's son, into custody. The president doubling down later in the day.
Well, I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned.
His post drawing swift backlash.
I thought was well beneath him.
Including from many self-described supporters online who flooded the president's feed. One writing, quote, "I voted for you 3 times, but this is beyond the pale." The post drawing rare criticism from members of the president's own party.
A wise man once said nothing.
Oh, shut up.
Why? Because he's a wise man. I think President Trump should have said nothing.
I thought his comments were atrocious.
Others pressed for reaction.
The president can speak for himself. I can tell you every family in America has dealt with mental health challenges and has dealt with addiction challenges.
Oh, shut up, lady boy.
To be lowered after the recent outbreak of political violence. Reiner, a major Democratic donor and political activist, had himself recently made the same plea after the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
I don't care what your political beliefs are. That's not acceptable. That's not a solution to solving problems.
As of this morning, authorities have revealed no theory of motive in the killings, and the White House has not responded to questions about whether the president was privy to any evidence supporting his views of this case. Savannah.
All right, Garrett Hake, thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget.
Okay, let's start with Keith. You see, he talked about Keith, Charlie Kirk, and Rob Reiner said that's not excuse and you shouldn't do that.
As opposed to the president and what he said. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, can you hear me well? Because I have a lot of interference here.
Oh, look at the
He's
excuses.
using his froggy voice from the
We
Little
do have
Rascals.
a lot of interference. We can't hear you at all. Now we can.
Okay, well,
Go ahead.
I may have trouble. I may have trouble expressing my views tonight because of this interference. It comes and goes. But anyway, I'm just going to say that it's amazing how we can nitpick. Let me use the term that Ogunna uses, cherry pick all of the negative things that Trump says, and then all of a sudden it's news. Okay, that's what seems to power the news.
Can you
I mean,
answer the question?
they can't. Yeah, I will answer it. I'm answering it right now. You see, when they
No,
went
we
to
said,
Ted
what are your
Cruz,
feelings about what Trump said?
hello, sir. I'm telling you my feelings.
Okay.
You heard when you saw what they did with Ted Cruz. Now there is no dispute that Ted Cruz was the most punished man verbally. Trump really, really castigated Ted Cruz. You guys know that, and
You have to
Stephen
answer the
knows that.
question. Answer the
But
question.
Ted Cruz, okay, I'm going to answer.
This is
Ted
not about Ted
Cruz.
Cruz. This is about Donald Trump. You don't bring
Ted
in
Cruz.
anybody else, Keith. Stay on topic.
All right.
Please.
Okay, I'll tell.
Remember,
Okay,
this is what you do,
I'll
Keith.
answer it. Since you won't let me talk and say what I want to say, I'll just say it this way: until they have the righteousness, the kind of forgiveness that Ted Cruz had when he was castigated,
Not
I
Ted
have no more
Cruz.
comment.
What do you think
That's
about
it.
what Donald Trump said? What do
Okay,
you think about what Donald Trump said?
Stephen,
What
you
is your
say
feeling about
tell
that?
us what you Stephen, you
Let-
tell us what you
Mind
think.
your business. They're having a love spat. Just stay out of it. Go ahead, Stephen. What were you saying?
Stephen, tell
This
us your
is
opinion, please.
this is what the problem is. It was
I'm not
it
offended.
was
I'm not offended.
no, I'm not putting you down. This is just what happens is if
No, I
you're
said
on
I'm
one
not
side
offended
or the
by what he
other, if
said.
you're on one side or the other, your side can't do no wrong. I'm not on either side. I'm a libertarian. I'm independent. I'm an independent thinker. And if somebody does well, I'm gonna be on their side. If somebody doesn't do well, I'm not gonna be on their side. But what Trump did was just showed you exactly who he is. He has no soul. He's not a good person. This is the one thing. He just cut his own head off. He cut his own head off and he held it up for everybody to see. He's a really bad person and he knows he can't be held to anything because he's untouchable. He's the
So you
elite
have no
of the elite
derangement.
of the elite. He is the
No
head
Trump
witch.
derangement syndrome.
Donald Trump is the head witch. He can't be touched. So you can do anything you want. And a man and his wife got killed by their kid, and he made it about him, Keith. And you don't have a problem with that, dude. You've got Jesus Christ. Please listen.
Okay,
This
thank you.
is like the biblical for your soul. You're a Christian
thank
man.
you.
You're a good man. I know you have a good soul. You can't believe that that's good. What you believe is a good, that Donald Trump did a good thing right here,
thank you.
right?
I'm going to
I
move
didn't say it was
on.
good. I said I don't have any offense of it. I'm not
Oh
offended.
my, then you're saying, then you accept it. Then it's okay with you.
If you look, that looks like Todd, right? That's
No,
Cam,
it don't look like Todd.
and then look at Todd.
A little bit. Is that Cam? That's Cam Newton.
And then
Todd,
Cam
that's actually
Newton.
a scarf. Oh my gosh, man.
And
So,
then look
Todd,
at
what type of goodies are you taking to grandma's house?
You know what? Y'all are putting him down. Y'all don't know if he could pay his electric bill. He might not have no heat. It's
Cam
cold
Newton,
out there around
Todd.
Philly.
What does this have to
Cam
do with
Newton.
our question?
I didn't.
Yeah, so if Staci, we could deflect back. I mean, I think Stephen brought up a couple of great points. However, the other part of this is the caveat is, again, Donald Trump is the leader of our country, right? So he doesn't have empathy, right? If he can't see a situation like that, and even though you don't agree politically with what Rob Reiner has said, I thought, All in the Family, I think is one of the most hilarious series ever, from the 70s with Archie Bunker. But the thing is, despite what he said about Trump, we're in a nation where you have freedom of speech. So Trump can say what he says. However, at the end of the day, he is the president, right? And if he says that about someone like Rob Reiner, what does he think he's going to do about you? What does that say about some of the decisions he's making, right? When Trump is thinking outside the box and thinking about some of the things, some of the common sense solutions that some people agree with, that's when he's at his best. When he started getting personal and then he deflects and says, because he even said in that clip, he said, as far as Trump's concerned, but he is Trump. He's talking about himself. So it's like, sometimes you wonder if he's in the right state of mind when he comes into these things. Now, the media does a great job. And this is the only point where Keith brought up, which is interesting, is like they know that performative politics is the lay of the land right now. So by baiting him in and asking them questions and even making it about, they know, being the transactional president that Trump is, he's going to respond and he's going to say something controversial in order to take the headline and to steer the headline and the master.
No, he posted that himself. He posted that.
Right. Because
nobody baited him into posting what he posted.
But at the same time, it's about taking over the narrative. It's about making something shocking. And now, and the question is why? The question
he
is
hurt himself. I think he wants to hurt the Republican Party. I think he wants to take us down.
Well,
I think that doesn't help. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes what he said.
That's why I respect you. Thank you.
He's covering up a lot of other things. We're no longer talking about the killing off the coast of Venezuela of these, these gunboats that are not putting a dent in the drug trade. We're not.
It's not doing anything. Right.
We're not talking about the Ukraine, right, where it's a stalemate. Nobody's doing.
Yeah, and we're not talking about how we're not going to give any more money. He's going to stop the money. He's going to stop the wars, and we're giving more money to him. We're doing everything. He hasn't done anything he said he was going to do.
And you're not talking about what's going on in Gaza. You're not talking about what's going on in Gaza.
Right.
Does that ceasefire hold up? We're not talking
no,
about
it doesn't hold up. It's a genocide. It's a genocide, and we know it's a genocide.
We're not talking about Yemen. We're not talking about Somalia. We're not talking about.
And Donald Trump is all about the genocide. We all have blood on our hands.
I want to address something Ogunna just said. Can I, Staci, real quick? It's very, very important because what he just said, that's why I respect Ogunna, even though I disagree with him on a lot of things. I respect him for what he just said about the narrative. And you see, for example, we're not talking about the fact that his son was a psychotic drug addict. We don't talk about the effect of drugs.
What difference does it make about his son's condition? We're talking about real problems in this world. What are you talking about? A drug addict son that killed him. What does that mean?
Not a real problem.
What does that mean?
Oh, excuse me, Stephen. That's not a real problem. Sorry, Stephen.
But here's the thing.
Drugs are not a real problem. You want to stop looking at yourself and adjusting your scarf and just, answer.
Okay.
We can't address. Let me just say this one thing. So the thing is, we need leadership, right? And what a leader does, he doesn't make it about himself. He makes it about issues, and he can use his platform to say, hey, you know what? This was a tragic family situation. Kids on drugs. We need to talk about mental health or drug addiction in this country. That's something we need to work on. He didn't do that. He said, hey, he jumped to the conclusion about Rob Reiner being, based on some of the things he said about Trump, whatever, right? And he made it about him, right? So I just would like to see more of the president leaning into the leadership side more than the personal grievance side. But he made it a point that this second term was going to be about grievance. He's not going to hold the punches against anybody that went against him in the first term. That's what he's been about. Okay. He's got a lot of his, his support people in positions of power who aren't necessarily questioning his judgment and challenging, some of the decision making to harden those responses. We got healthcare coming up, which is going to expire. A lot of millions of people are going to lose healthcare, and it's going to it's going to propagate this recession that we're in, and no one wants to use the R word, but if you look at employment, stagnation, and inflation all happening right now, there's a lot of things that are going on that are impacting the American people. He just bailed out some of the soybean farmers that he put the tariffs on to begin with. So he's bailing them out based on
the beef, everything, yeah.
So it's like, we're no longer discussing these things. And again, he's saying, wait till next year. The economy is going to get better. Things are going to get better. But we're just seeing the effects of the decision this administration has made this year. Those tariffs are starting to creep in right now. And again, I've always been against tariffs. I've been a free market guy.
You know what he did? Donald Trump started a fight with the dead man, and the dead man.
Cousin Todd, go ahead.
Well, now that Ogunna went on and on, my point is not going to have the impact that it would have because I wanted
It
to
wouldn't
get
have had
in,
any impact.
I wanted to
Either
get
way.
in with when Keith was talking about all kinds of things that had nothing to do with Donald Trump and what Donald Trump said. And Stephen was jumping all over him, which is exactly what Stephen used to do. And
Stephen used to do it to who, Cousin Todd?
wait a minute. Wait. Yeah, see, Staci she's not there yet.
No,
but
I was trying to help you make your point by finishing.
no, by doing it, who would he do that to? He would do that on the show, not to anybody in particular, but you would ask a question just like you just asked Keith, and he would tell you about the weather in China. And we'd say, what does that have to do with it? He wouldn't stop talking because you're evil. No, Todd, you're evil. Your side is evil. And you're saying, what are you talking about?
Through Jesus, you can
These
change.
satellite
brother.
images
Through
of that
Jesus.
oil tanker seized by the U.S. off the coast of Venezuela, headed to a port in Galveston, Texas, following that dramatic raid by an elite Coast Guard team rappelling onto the ship from helicopters after a federal judge signed a warrant to seize it. The DOJ says the ship was part of an illicit oil shipping network supporting terrorist organizations, transporting sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran. And it comes as the Wall Street Journal reports, citing U.S. officials, that, quote, a U.S. special operations team boarded a ship in the Indian Ocean last month and seized military-related articles heading to Iran from China. All while the U.S. is escalating pressure against Venezuela's authoritarian leader, Nicolas Maduro, following a series of deadly strikes on alleged drug boats. President Trump considering potential strikes on land as part of his war on drug cartels.
It's not only land strikes on Venezuela, it's land strikes on horrible people that are bringing in drugs and killing our people.
While overnight, Maria Corina Machado, Venezuela's opposition leader, praised the Trump administration's moves after she received the Nobel Peace Prize.
President Trump's actions have been decisive to reach the point where we are right now, in which the regime is weaker than ever.
Press late tonight, the president would not rule out seizing additional ships. Maduro's regime has called these actions piracy.
We thank you for watching, and remember.
Okay, is it piracy or is it legal? Who wants to start off, Keith or Stephen? Stephen, go ahead.
Oh, it's absolutely piracy. But I know my brother Keith is going to say it's the best thing that ever happened in the world. And he just wants more people to get murdered.
You used to say.
No, I didn't. I've never been a fan of people being murdered. I'm consistent. I'm anti-murder over here. That's who I am. And when you're blowing up these ships, you're murdering citizens, and you're assuming they have drugs. You're assuming they have drugs. I don't care who the president is. They said. Wait, let me talk. They said Obama killed people all over the place. He killed so many people. I didn't like that either. Now, if Trump does it, I don't like that either. I'm consistent.
But what about when Benjamin
you're not?
Netanyahu
I'm
did?
consistent.
You loved it. You said,
but you know what? Most of the drugs. This has nothing to do with drugs anyway. Nothing has to do with drugs with blowing up boats. Nothing has to do with anything about getting these oil tankers. The only thing that is we're trying to provoke a war. We want to go to war with Venezuela because we want not just that oil tanker. We want all of the oil. We want everything they have. So are you okay with that? China is the reason we have a problem with fentanyl in this country. Why don't we go over there and call them narco terrorists and blow up some of China? You know why? Because we're a bunch of punks in the United States, and we can't do that to China, but we can try to do it to Venezuela, can't we? We can bully them, but we can bully them, can't we? It's no honor in this. Donald Trump told us he was anti-war. He was anti-war machine. He lied to us. Keith, when the man lies to you, you've got to turn your back on him. Just like your woman. When you find out she's been with 45 men, are you going to wait for the 46th man before you decide to turn your back on her?
Keith.
Oh, my gosh.
You want me to answer anything? You want me to
Yes, sir.
that?
Yes, you can say yes. I'll wait for the 46th.
Well,
why don't we bomb China? Why don't we bomb China? Why don't we kill a bunch of civilian Chinese people? See how that goes over. It's bull crap. There's nothing.
He's seizing these boats or seizing these oil tankers. In what waters is he seizing them?
It's none of his business. It's none of his business. They've been running them boats forever, and now we're going to take them because we want to provoke a war.
What territory?
We want to provoke a war.
What territory?
Okay,
It has
Ogunna,
nothing to do with these boats being in water, and we can take them. He wants to provoke a war. He is evil as anybody else that we always protested against. We were supposed to be.
Go ahead, Ogunna.
But if they're international waters, which is where they season it, you got to have probable cause, and there's international law that has ramifications to it. You can't just go in there and provoke. Now, mind you, this is going on all over the world, by the way. All right, this is going on all over the world, and one person's law is another person's opportunity. So to say that you're going to particularly take that boat because you're linking it to a terrorist network somewhere, again, there's probably of all the boats around all the world, you're looking at that boat right there in the Caribbean off the coast of Venezuela to seize. Because again, this is a network. It's not about just getting one oil tanker. There's a network going on of things that are going on. You're just saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to use this probable cause to go after this particular tanker at this particular time. Knowing
do you believe it's piracy? Ogunna, I don't mean to interrupt you, but do you believe it's piracy?
Yes, you do mean
it is. It is. It
is piracy.
By opportunity. It's by opportunity. It's enforcing the law by opportunity. So it's not
it's piracy. You just don't want to say the word, but you understand. I know you know.
Here's the thing. But you're doing this to what end? Now, mind you, to Stephen's point about China, China has had the biggest trade surplus in the history of their country under this administration, right? So we're talking about, hey, we're going to do this tariff stuff. We're doing all this stuff. We're going 100% tariff at China. But now they have the biggest world surplus because they're what? Because they're going through other channels of supply chain and still getting the same money that they're going to get from the United States, which is putting us in a bad place economically. So at the end of the day, you're starting this problem with Venezuela, which, by the way, we hadn't had in the past. I mean, we didn't like that. We didn't like that administration down there. We've had sanctions on them for a while. Now you're going in there blowing up little fishermen. Now, mind you, we're blowing up fishermen boats. You know how many containers come into the tank through Miami, New York, LA that have like kilos and kilos of drugs, and you think blowing up a fisherman's boat off the coast of Venezuela, these guys could be smuggling between little islands and stuff like that. But
that's all it is. They can't. Those boats don't make it to America. It's just murder. They're trying to get people to get off on people being murdered. They want you to desensitize you on murder.
You're doing double taps. You're going back and doing double strikes.
Right, double taps. Right. They need to be in prison.
I mean, this is you're doing all this stuff, and mind you, Americans don't have health care. We're in a recession.
Right. Exactly.
Unemployment is up. And then you want to tweet about like Rob Reiner and
we're funding Israel. I thought that was going to stop. We're funding the genocide. When is that going to stop? The Hamas or whoever, they're not fighting back. They don't have any weapons. It's little children being killed, and we're funding our taxpayer money for it, and MAGA loves it.
But to that point, we came on this show this time last year around the election, and we said this is what he was going to do. None of this is surprising to most of us because he said he was going to do it. He said he was going to do all these things, and he's doing it. I mean,
no, he said he was going to do a lot. He said he was going to do a lot of things. He said he was going to stop wars, and he didn't. He stopped little dinky wars, but he didn't stop real wars, and he wants to start wars.
Cousin Todd. All right. Thank you, Cousin Todd.
And they call it the Department of War now, not the Department of Defense. That's when you know these people are satanic.
But why are you surprised, Stephen? Why are you surprised?
I'm not, because the last administration was satanic, and this is too. They're all the same, and they're all against us. And we all need to get together because they're all against us. There's not.
Okay. We were talking about drug trafficking, right?
Yes.
Okay, I have to bring us back because Stephen goes everywhere, and so
nobody can take you serious in that getup.
Anyway,
I can't get past it.
The president of Honduras, the president pardoned, and he brought in $15 billion worth of cocaine. So, or he allowed it to come into the United States.
Yeah.
And he pardoned him. And now he's saying, I want Keith to understand. I would say Stephen, but now Stephen just divorced Keith, and now he's divorcing Trump. So I don't know where he stands today. But That's a contradiction in terms when you say he wants the war on drugs, but you pardon the man that said he wanted to put cocaine up the gringos' noses to the tune of $15 billion, and he went to jail for that. And I think he got 40 years, but President Trump let him out of jail. America first.
Thank you. I got to move on. Not much time left.
Todd, you're exactly right, Todd. You're exactly right. 100%, brother. 100%.
Wait, I got to start over because he's
manhunt for the killer still on the
Sorry.
loose tonight in the deadly mass shooting at Brown University. Just a short time ago, take a look at this. Authorities releasing these new images tonight of a person of interest dressed in black there, walking through a neighborhood, his face covered by a mask. At some points here, his eyes are visible. And what we've now learned about that person of interest who had been in custody. Whit Johnson on the scene in Providence again tonight.
Tonight, the urgent manhunt is back on to find a suspect in the deadly mass shooting at Brown University, still at large after more than 48 hours.
We want to see the individual that pulled the trigger on these young kids identified, apprehended, and brought to justice.
Moments ago, police releasing these new surveillance videos showing a person of interest in dark clothing walking in a residential area hours before the shooting Saturday afternoon, seen crossing the street, and this image showing him from the front.
We're asking the public for assistance to be able to identify this individual.
It follows a stunning turn in the investigation. A man previously detained, released overnight. The Rhode Island Attorney General telling ABC News the man was effectively cleared after analyzing the evidence.
Do you believe people here should feel safe right now?
I do. I understand why there is deep discomfort. However, we have a very safe community with a lot of law enforcement resources at our disposal right now.
The first reports of an active shooter coming just after 4 p.m. Saturday in the midst of final exams.
2 victims, 1 shot in the back, 1 shot in the shoulder.
Students barricading themselves inside classrooms, hiding underneath desks. Law enforcement going room by room.
Providence police! Hands up, hands!
Police say the gunman entered the Barris and Holly Engineering Building and opened fire on the first floor. Joseph Adura was inside a lecture hall leading a study group of about 60 students when he says the shooter walked in, his face almost completely covered, and looked him in the eye.
I saw like something bulging from his chest, so maybe like some type of ammo or bulletproof vest.
Aduro guiding students to take cover behind a desk. Police say the gunman fired more than 40 rounds from a 9mm handgun inside that lecture hall before fleeing the scene. 2 students killed, 9 others injured.
What did you see as you were walking out?
I think honestly it felt like a video game site. Like it was just like something I've never really seen before. Students just agonizing in pain.
Among those killed, Muhammad Aziz Umarzakov from Uzbekistan. His family writing on GoFundMe, he was incredibly kind, funny, and smart. Our family is incredibly devastated by this loss. And Ella Cook, a sophomore from Alabama, remembered as a bright light.
Her loss is really, really a big hit for the Brown community. It's going to be a long period of healing and pain going forward to start next semester.
And again, David, just moments ago, authorities releasing these new surveillance images of a person of interest. They want the public to study them closely. The FBI is now offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to an arrest and conviction. David.
Whit Johnson right there in Providence. Whit, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I want to go straight to the... Sorry. Let me go right into this one. Sorry about that. Keith, I don't know what's going on with your sound tonight.
Somebody's watching them. Somebody's
the man in
deep state.
Attack
killing of suspected gunmen. There is a struggle, and you can see he appears to wrestle what looks like a shotgun out of that man's hands. Now, the individual in white has not at this point been identified, but local leaders are hailing what they say were extraordinary acts of personal courage by people who just jumped in at the scene. It is very likely that that man saved some lives by appearing to disarm that gunman. We know that at least 29 people were taken to hospital. Among them are 2 police officers. Authorities are saying police were on the scene and engaging in a gun battle with these shooters within just minutes. Police are also saying that they found a car linked to the killed gunman, which does appear to contain improvised explosive devices. Now, the bomb squad there in Sydney is probing that vehicle. They are looking for more clues. They are looking for more details about the motives. And Willie, a massive police investigation is now underway, but we can already say at this point that this is one of the worst gun massacres in Australian history.
We thank you for.
Okay, our thoughts and prayers go out to all those lost in those horrific shooting to their families. Let's talk about, is it time for some gun control? You know, is it time for gun control all over the world, not just in the United States, but all over the world?
Yeah. No. That's Australia. They have the strongest, stringent gun laws in the world. I don't know how these guys got these guns. It seems weird, almost to the point where it could be a false flag. We don't know. We can only speculate, but something's really weird because the narrative, again, with Israel being the victim, they're no longer the victim now. So what they have to do is become victims again. And then the world will say, well, these Muslim people are what the problem is, and we need to kill about 1 million of them like we did in Afghanistan and Iraq. That's what this is all about. And that's why we have so many things going on right now. At one time, it's like, oh my God, look at these Muslims are going crazy. But guess what? That's not the real deal. That's not what's really happening in this world. We've been deceived for so many years. 9/11, we were deceived. It wasn't Muslims. It wasn't Muslims with little razor knives, whatever, box cutters.
Thank you.
It wasn't. Yeah, I think everybody knows what it is. Keith, just belly out, man. You coming around, man.
Yeah, I just muted him. Now you can't hear it anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying that the thing that for 30 years it's been the Islam is the problem, but it's not. It's propaganda. It's actually the one country that's supposed to be our ally that we can't say. If you can't talk about that country, if you can't talk about somebody, they're the ones who rule you. And you want to
who it is? What are you talking about? Who is it?
Okay,
I don't want to say it. You say it for me. You know what is it?
Okay, thank you. Ogunna or
what is real is real.
Stephen, I asked you to stop like 5 seconds. We're out of time. Ogunna or Cousin Todd?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, and bad people do bad things. You want to see. I haven't been following this story as closely, but I do know it's just a tragic story given the fact that it's a massacre the way.
Yeah, there was a father and a son, but they want to say it's a terrorist organization. Is it father and a son? I don't know.
Yeah, they're just evil people having to shoot on people who are unarmed in a recreational setting. I mean, these are just
but they want to paint with a broad brush and say, "Oh my God, this is what Islam is," and they want to kill all the Jews.
Okay,
because they've lost the narrative.
Okay, Stephen, Cousin Todd.
Thank you.
That it was tragic to have these 2 people, father and son. Now, the father, you have to teach your children this kind of a thing. The son was only in his 20s. And so to take your child out there to die like that it's just beyond sick. That's number one. And for the actor's son to kill his parents, that was even more delusional, because at least these people were killing strangers. When you kill your own parents, it is you are beyond sick. And it was he was supposedly on drugs, but I know drug addicts, and I've never seen one kill their parents. Anyway, it's just sick, and the other thing is this: I don't think that his parents would want him to get the death penalty for killing them. You see what I mean? It's a strange thing, but I was thinking because they
won't get the death penalty in California.
He can get a life sentence without the possibility of parole, or he can get the death penalty.
Yeah, that's what the district. There's a moratorium. The governor of California put a moratorium on killing people who are on death row in California. So they're not going to kill people, but he can still be convicted of it.
Yeah, no, there's no death penalty in California. There hadn't been for years.
They haven't they haven't killed anyone since 2006. However, the governor Newsom put a moratorium on the state killing people who receive death penalty.
Yeah, Rob Reiner, what should have happened? What should have happened in a better world? Rob Reiner should have been better prepared, and somehow they would, one of them, he or his wife.
Now blaming the victim.
I mean, so if somebody were to break in your house right now, Keith, and again, they have a tactical advantage, even though you have guns in the house and you're prepared, there's no guarantee that you'd even be able to react. And you can't.
And not only that's a stranger, your own child.
They might have been asleep. They may have been asleep in bed.
Okay, so sorry, Keith. You're if you go back and listen to this, you'll hear how disruptive the sounds that are coming from your device are.
They may have been asleep. They may have been asleep in bed when he killed them, and you can't defend against that very much.
You know, people have a tactical advantage; they can jump you. I mean,
and they're old people. They're old people.
80 years old, and this
they're old people.
All right, thank you.
Oh, come on, man.
Wait 1 second. Oh, he left. So we're out of time. This is our last show for the 2025 year, because next week is Christmas. The week after that is the new year. We'd like to thank you for supporting us, for joining us, for laughing with us, for crying with us, for getting passionate about subjects with us this year. It's been a great ride, and for learning new recipes from us as we cooked for you this year. I'm going to give everyone here at least 3 seconds to say what they want to say as the closing of this year goes out, and then we'll say goodnight. Stephen.
So this is Christmas, and what have you done? Another year over, and a new one's begun. Let's do something different and new this year. Let's all come together like we should have always been, and put all the divisions aside, all the little things that we have to divide. Let's put it all aside, and let's come together and fight the people that are evil, that are over top of us, and make us slaves. We're all slaves here together. Slaves, all of us need to rise up. It's no color, it's no barrier like that. It's the elite of the elite of the elite are above us, and we can rise above all over this world. And let's all come together at Christmas time and have it good for all of us, because this world we're living in, it's no way we're going to make it unless we do. We all need to come together. We need to put the divisions aside. There's no left or right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just looking
All
forward
of a sudden.
Just looking forward to new things in 2026. Shout out to my school, South Carolina State University. They won the Celebration Bowl, like Black College National Champs. However, 2025 has been a tough year. I know and the listeners, Terrence Head, who was a contributor on this show, passed away back in October. So looking forward to just healing and going into 2026 with just a new state of mind, new adventures. Whatever you're looking at, whatever you're pursuing, do it. Despite, some of the things that are going on in the world, there's a lot of uncertainty happening. Still, there's a lot of great things happening and the good things ahead. So just be positive, take care of family. Remember, health is wealth. Do what you got to do to make sure that you spend time with your loved ones, but also take care of yourself. So looking forward to closing out 2025 and new things in 2026.
Thank you. Cousin Todd.
I wanted to talk. I forget what I was going to say now, but
I guess so. And that getup you got on.
What are you talking about? And I didn't know that whoever that baseball player you showed, I didn't know that he had on a scarf. And
He's
was
not a
that
baseball player. He's a football player.
oh, baseball, football, tomato, succotash? What
We're out of time.
that he was in Vogue magazine with that on?
Yes, they put him in there. So you gotta love YouTube. Said great shows. Thank you. You gotta love YouTube for hanging in there with us. You can, even though we won't be on live for the rest of the year, you can watch former shows on our YouTube channel at YouTube/Sporlitiks, or check us out on Stephanie Stallworth's The Flow Television Network, or like us on Instagram at Sporlitiks, or TikTok at sporlitiks.com on TikTok, or Twitch. I've heard that you guys have been having conversations about us on Twitch. Did you guys know that people were watching us on Twitch and having conversations about our shows? I just found that out. Isn't that great?
Wonderful.
Facebook, check us out on Facebook. Check us out on X. Did I forget anybody?
No, I don't think so. But you forgot. You gotta love YouTube. I think he thought you were being shady when you said, "I don't know what he's talking about."
All right, I don't know what you're talking about, Cousin Todd.
Yeah, Todd.
Okay.
Yeah,
It just
take that
sounds-
scarf off and get back to the real world. To our first responders in our communities, you make our lives livable. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the women and men of the U.S. military, especially fighting for us all over the world. We are forever indebted. On behalf of Ogunna, the voice of reason,
Go Bulldogs.
Stephen, the independent thinker, Keith, who was having technical difficulty and had to leave,
The old man don't know how to use the internet.
and my cousin Todd.
Todd, nice scarf.
What kind of scarf were you going to put on? You should.
I just had a towel. I
Oh,
was trying to.
okay.
It wasn't as nice. It wasn't made out of the same material. But.
It wasn't silk. He had a terry towel. Here comes Stephen with his. Watch
Oh
out.
yeah, there we go. The
Oh,
ascot to
God.
match the socks.
I didn't copy. Believe me, I didn't know that the boy wore this. I do my own thing, and now this will be a trend. But now that he did it, I don't know. Whatever.
All right. I'm Staci
Just don't
Johnson.
get-
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa.
Oh, what about the statue you were going to show?
Happy New Year. I'm sorry.
Todd, don't get eaten by the big bad wolf on the way to grandma's house.
I won't get eaten.
Todd, I'm going to have to show the statue probably. Let me see if I can see it right now.
Statue of Liberty?
No, the statue that was put up at the teen. Yeah, I'll show it right now. I'll talk about it next year. But right now, just want to share with you Barbara Johns. She has a statue in Virginia. They unveiled it. It took the place at the Virginia Capitol. Instead of when they took down Robert E. Lee, they put up Barbara Johns. But we'll talk about her next year. Thank you for joining us. Good night. Happy New Year.
Night. Happy New Year, everybody.
Holidays.
Peace and love. Merry Christmas.